Nathan Zegura here at First Energy Stadium, where the Browns fall 31-15 to the Baltimore Ravens, who have now won 11 games in a row and are the #1 seed in the playoffs in the AFC. For the Browns, they've now lost back-to-back games and sit at 6-9 this season. They will travel to Cincinnati next week to try to get to 7-9, matching last year's win total. Today was very strange. The first quarter, no scoring. The Browns, after a fumbled exchange between Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram, would go down with about 11 minutes left in the second quarter, and they would score. Baker Mayfield finding Demetrius Harris for a touchdown catch. Austin Seibert would miss the field goal, and it would be 6-0 Browns. The Browns would have the lead well into the 2-minute warning, and here's where things got a little off track, and really, you could look back and say it was the beginning of the end. The Browns had 3rd and 1. At this point, the Ravens had no timeouts. So a first down from the Browns would mean that the Ravens would not get the ball back, and the Browns would, at the minimum, go into the half with a 6-0 lead. On 3rd and 1, they tried a little bit of a gadget play, getting it out on a pitch to Kareem Hunt. The Ravens, they sniffed it out. It ended up being a loss on the play, and the Browns would have to punt the ball back to Lamar Jackson. Jackson, who at this point was 4 of 8 for 22 yards, would heat up, and he would heat up in a hurry. He found Mark Andrews on a blown coverage for a touchdown with about 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the first half. The Browns would get the ball back. Again, the Ravens had no timeouts. The Browns would go incomplete, 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 taking just 16 seconds off the clock. The Ravens would get the ball back. They would go down the field. It would be Lamar Jackson to Mark Andrews again. And all of a sudden, inside the 2-minute warning, the Ravens would score 14 points and would take the lead 14-6 into the half. They would score on their first drive of the second half, making it 21-6. Another Lamar Jackson passing touchdown, this one to Mark Ingram. Jackson on the day would finish with over 200 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. That would be his 8th game this season with 3 or more passing touchdowns, the most in the NFL. He also ran for more than 100 yards. And the Browns, yes, they would chip away. They would get it as close as 24-15. But then the Ravens came out, 8 straight runs right down the field, and it was 31-15, and that would be your final score. The Browns dominated in this one after what was a pretty good start. But when you give up 21 unanswered, especially 14 in a span of less than 2 minutes at a time when the Ravens didn't have any timeouts, that blow was too much to recover from. And I'm sure they'll look back at the end of the first half and say, that's when we let this game get away from us. Unfortunately, same old story for the Browns here, as this season has been a disappointing one. It was a disappointing Sunday that maybe you felt maybe some magic would be in the air, that they'd be able to sweep the Ravens for the first time in franchise history, but it was not to be. The Ravens, now winners of 11 straight, were too good today. The Browns will have to try to get it together when they go down to Cincinnati to finish up the season next week and try to get to 7 wins, as I said earlier, matching last season's win total. Happy holidays to all of you from the Browns, certainly, and for complete coverage of this game, keep it tuned to ClevelandBrowns.com and the Browns mobile app.